Welcome to the class. Today's class is on problems on vibrational frequency or frequency of vibration. In the earlier classes, we derived the law that is called Hooke's law for the explanation of vibrational frequency. So here I am using Hooke's law to find vibrational frequency. A first problem here given is calculate the wave number of stretching vibration of a carbon-carbon double bond. Okay, so from the question, the given data is a carbon-carbon double bond they are asking, and they are asking calculate the wave number of stretching vibration. So in the earlier class we find that the molecular vibrations are of two types. One is stretching vibration and the another one is bending vibration. In the question they are mainly focusing on stretching vibration of C double bond C. So for the case of C double bond C, they are asking stretching vibration, right. So for the stretching vibration, we have to calculate the particular wave number, that is nu bar we have to find out. What is the formula for calculating nu bar? According to Hooke's law, nu bar is equal to 1 by 2 pi c into root of k by mu. Is it right? Right. Now I am taking a black screen for the data elucidation of the problem. Okay, so for C double bond C, we have to calculate nu bar. So nu bar is equal to question mark, right. According to Hooke's law, the formula to calculate the vibrational frequency is nu is equal to 1 by 2 pi into root of k by mu. Okay, so for vibrational frequency, right, not a wave number. First of all, I am giving the formula for frequency. So the vibrational frequency nu is equal to 1 by 2 pi into root of k upon mu, right. This is the formula, but we have to find out the wave number. So in the frequency, this is the formula. In terms of wave number, I am rewriting the formula. Wave number is equal to 1 by 2 pi c. C here is velocity of light into root of k by mu. Here k is force constant and mu is reduced mass, but in the question they may not given these two values, but we know that a force constant value for C double bond C. In the earlier class only I given the value for C double bond C. The force constant value k is equal to 10 into 10 to the power of 5 dyne per centimeter or dyne centimeter inverse. So here I am using this value, right. One more value is also required here, that is reduced mass. Here reduced mass can be calculated by using the formula m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2. For which type of molecule we are calculating the reduced mass? For the type of alkene, that is C double bond C. So in the C double bond C we are having 2 atoms, those 2 atoms are carbons only. Is it right? Yeah. So for calculating the reduced mass, the 2 are same type of atoms. M1 is C, M2 is also C. Of course, M1 is a mass of carbon atom and M2 is also mass of carbon atom only. Just substituting the known values. M1 is 12 AMU into 12 AMU divided by 12 plus 12. So 12 plus 12 AMU. So this is the application of carbon and carbon masses, right? So 12 into 12 divided by 12 plus 12. So here I am cancelling one of the AMU. 12 plus 12 is equal to how much? 24. So 12 divided by 24, 12 ones, 12 twos, right? So this is nothing but 2 into 12, right? So simply 12 get cancelled, 2 must be remain here. Now this 2, 12 by 2 means totally it is 6 AMU. Now the reduced mass is calculated in terms of Angstrom units, right? Now I want to convert this entire value in terms of grams. For that I am converting the value. 1 angstrom is equal to, so in the place of 1 angstrom I am substituting the value 1 by 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 grams. Okay. On simplification, if you simplify this entire value, you will have 9.97 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. See here in the denominator you are having 10 to the power of 23. If it goes up, it will acquire 10 to the power of minus 23. Okay, and 6 by 6.023 if you calculate, it will come around 0.997. So 0.997 it is taken in terms of 9.97. So that's why the entire value is coming like this, 9.97 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. So this is the reduced mass for C double bond C. Okay. So for the substitution of known values, if we apply the known values in this formula, we know pi value is constant, that is 3.14. C value is also constant, that is given as C is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 10 centimeter per second. So here I given in terms of centimeters because we are taken in terms of grams. So the units must be in same type of notation. Okay, if suppose I am taken in terms of grams, here I will definitely take in terms of meters. Okay, so we have to take the value of velocity of light here. If you substitute the value of velocity of light here, and if you substitute the value of a force constant, as the force constant is already known and the reduced mass is also known, so all the known values are applied in this formula, then finally we will find mu bar. So nu bar value can be calculated. Now I am just simplifying the formula. So here only I am substituting right 1 by 2 into pi value 3.14 into, we have to apply the velocity of light. So 3 into 10 to the power of 10 centimeter per second. I am simply written in this manner, centimeter second inverse, right. And also substituting the reduced mass and force constant value. If you substitute the reduced mass and force constant here, you will have under root of 10 into 10 to the power of 5, simply I am writing 10 to the power of 6, right. So 10 to the power of 6. And if you want to convert dyne centimeter inverse, 1 dyne centimeter inverse is equal to 1 gram second power minus 2. So I am just simplifying that. In place of dyne centimeter inverse, I am converting the units. 1 dyne centimeter inverse is equal to, here I am writing dyne per centimeter is equal to gram per second square. So this is the converting unit. So in the place of dyne per centimeter, I am placing gram second power minus 2 divided by, what is the value of reduced mass? Yes, here I am calculated, that is 9.97 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. So gram get cancelled. So in the root you are having 10 to the power of 6 divided by 9.97 into 10 to the power of minus 24. Here second power minus 2. So under root of second power minus 2, if it comes out, it will be just second inverse. Okay, right. So here I am just erasing the known values. So these known values are already known, right. I am just erasing only one line for the simplification of the calculation. Right. So nu bar is equal to 1 by 2 into 3.14 into 3 into 10 to the power of 10. So all these values if you multiply, then you will get the value, that is 1 by 18.852. So 18.852 into 10 to the power of 10 is common. So 10 to the power of 10 centimeter second inverse, right, into, if you find out the value in the root, if you find out the entire value, it will come out to be 10 to the power of so 10.03 into 10 to the power of 8. The unit here is second inverse. Now second inverse cancel. So finally you are having only the unit is 1 by centimeter. If you calculate the entire value, the value will be comes out to be 1680, and 1 by centimeter it will become as 6 centimeter inverse. So this is the wave number that is calculated for the case of C double bond C. So this is the way of calculating the wave number for any category. If suppose C single bond C, they might ask you, just in place of C single bond C, you just substitute the force constant value for C single bond C. What is the value for force constant of C single bond C? It is just 5 into 10 to the power of 5 dyne per centimeter. And calculate the reduced mass for C single bond C. For the C single bond C also reduced mass will be comes out to be same, because 2 atoms only involving in the molecule. 12 into 12 divided by 12 plus 2. Finally you will get the value which is around 9.97 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. So the value is present in terms of grams. You have to convert the units in terms of grams here. So 5 into 10 to the power of 5 dyne per centimeter inverse get converted to 5 into 10 to the power of 5 gram second power minus 2. If you substitute the known values in the equation, that is 1 by 2 pi C into root of k by mu, you will get the nu bar value for C single bond C. You just find out the nu bar value for C single bond C. This is your work, right? So this is the value comes out answer for the question. So calculate the wave number for the stretching vibration of carbon carbon double bond, calculated, and the value is comes out to be 1680. So here just I am writing the answer. What is the answer? It is just 1680 centimeter inverse, right? So here I am using Hooke's law to find out the wave number of particular category of the compound. You just find out the wave number for C single bond C in the same manner. Next question. The reduced mass of a diatomic molecule is given, that is mu value is given. So no need to calculate here. Mu value is given, and its vibrational frequency is 2900 centimeter inverse. So vibrational frequency is also given. So that is nu. Nu is equal to 2900 centimeter inverse, right? So they are given nu value, not nu value here, it is a vibrational frequency, right? Of course it is not a frequency, it is wave number, because it is in terms of centimeter inverse, right? So this must be not a vibrational frequency, it is wave number. So wave number is given and they are asking about calculate the force constant. That means you have to find out K value. K is equal to question mark. So by using the known values we can easily find out force constant. Now let us see how to solve this problem. So what are given? They are given the known values. Known values here I am writing. Mu value is given, right? What is the value of mu? It is 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 26, 10 to the power of minus 26 kilograms, right? And they given the wave number value also. The value is 2900 centimeter inverse, and they are asking K, that is force constant. So what is the force constant, right? For the simplification, just the same manner we can use Hooke's law. So according to Hooke's law, nu bar is equal to 1 by 2 pi c under root of K by mu. Okay, so nu value is known, pi is constant, c value also known. A value of c is 3 into, it is nothing but velocity of light. So here mu value is given in terms of kilograms, right? So that's why we have to give c value 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So depending upon the units we have to give a particular value, whether it may be in meter inverse or it may be in centimeter inverse. It can be identified by knowing the units present in the given data, right? And they are asking force constant. K is unknown and mu is also given, it is 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 26 kilograms, right? From this expression K can be comes out, K is equal to, so K is present in root, right? So K is equal to, if suppose the value that is present outside the K has squared, then K comes out in root. Okay, so K is equal to, I am simply over writing the formula. So 2 square 4, 4 pi square c square, already nu bar is present here, right? Nu bar square into, so under root mu is present, so on squaring under root value it will comes out to be just mu. So this is the formula comes out. From this formula we have to find out force constant value. So just substitute the known values. So it is 4 into, what is the value of pi? It must be 3.14, right? So squaring that into c. So substitute the value of c, 3 into 10 to the power of 8, it is meter second inverse whole square into 2900 centimeter inverse. So now centimeter inverse has also converted in terms of meter inverse, because all the units will maintain same type of probability. So 2900. So centimeter inverse, 1 centimeter inverse is equal to 10 square meter inverse. So in terms of meter inverse, I just converted into, so the remaining value is reduced mass. So that is 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 26 kilograms. Okay, right. So here if you simplify all the terms, all the values that are present in the formula, it will comes out to be K is equal to 7476.4 kg second power minus 2. Okay, so here if you square these units, it comes out to be meter square second power minus 2. Here already meter inverse is present, and this whole term is square, right? I forgot here, right? So this must comes out to be meter square second power minus 2. It must be meter power minus 2. So meter power minus 2, meter square get cancel each other. Here it will be second power minus 2 only. Already kg is present. So kg second power minus 2. So force constant will be given in terms of newtons or dynes. So that's why 1 Newton is equal to, 1 Newton is equal to, here I am converting the units. 1 Newton is comes out to be kg meter second power minus 2. So kg second power minus 2 you have. If you if you convert, or if you convert this unit, you will get kg second square is equal to 1 Newton by meter, that is equal to 1 Newton meter inverse. So 1 Newton meter inverse is equal to kg second power minus 2, right? So in the place of kg second power minus 2, I am just substituting this. So final value force constant is comes out to be 7476.4 Newton meter inverse. So this is the final answer for the question. So what is the question? A reduced mass they given, and vibrational frequency, that is a wave number they given, and final answer they asking that a force constant. Force constant is comes out to be K is equal to 7476.4 Newton meter inverse, right? So if one term is given, it will be easy to calculate another term by using this Hooke's law. Okay, clear? Right. Now I am moving to next question. The force constant for carbon monoxide molecule is given, that is 1840. So 1840 Newton meter inverse, right? So the force constant is given in terms of Newton meter inverse, right? So that's why in the earlier problem we converted force constant in terms of Newton meter inverse, right? So force constant K value is given and they are asking calculate the vibrational frequency in terms of centimeter inverse. So, simply they are asking in terms of centimeter inverse means they are asking the wave number. So, if suppose in the question they might ask you vibrational frequency, if suppose in the question in terms of centimeter inverse they might ask you in centimeter inverse, in the bracket they might give like this. So, whenever you find this type of information, it is nothing but they are asking to calculate this wave number. Okay, right. So, force constant is given and they are asking wave number. So, let us solve that problem. First of all, I am writing the Hooke's law formula. Nu bar is equal to 1 by 2 pi c into root of k by mu, right. So, in the data they are given force constant. What is the value of force constant? It comes out to be 1840 Newton meter inverse. So, k value is given, pi is constant, c is constant. So, the extra value we have to calculate is mu. What is mu? Mu is reduced mass. So, how to find out the reduced mass for carbon monoxide? So, for the carbon monoxide molecule only they are asking, right. So, we have to apply the formula, that is M1 M2 by M1 plus M2. The molecule is carbon monoxide. So, two atoms are present, one is carbon atom and the other one is oxygen atom. What is the mass for carbon? Carbon mass is 12 AMU. And what is the mass per oxygen atom? Oxygen mass is equal to 16 AMU. If I want to convert the masses in terms of kilograms directly, then I am choosing this way. So, mass of carbon is equal to 12 AMU. Okay. So, 1 AMU is equal to 12 into 1.658 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kilogram. So, in the earlier question, 1 AMU is replaced by another unit or another value. So, that is also the accepted value, that is one route of calculation or one way of simplification, and here I am using one more method for the simplification. That means for clearing or for giving the solution for the problem, there might be a lot of ways. We may not follow one way for all the problems. Okay, depending upon the problem we can choose or we can change the way of simplification, right. So, that is why 1 AMU is substituted by the value 1.658 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kilograms. Like that, oxygen. So, what is the mass of oxygen? It must comes out to be 16 AMU. So, 16 AMU means I am simply writing 16 into 1.658 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kilograms, right. Now, this value will becomes out 19.9 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kilogram, and this value will be equal to 26.6 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kilograms. Right. So mass of carbon is known, mass of oxygen is known. If you substitute here a formula M1, that is MC MO divided by MC plus MO, that means if you substitute the mass of carbon into mass of oxygen divided by mass of carbon plus mass of oxygen, it will comes out to be mu value is equal to 1.138 into 10 to the power of minus 26 kilogram. Okay, how the value comes? The value is from these two values on application by this formula, 19.9 into 10 to the power of 27 into 26.6 into 10 to the power of minus 27 divided by 19.9 into 10 to the power of minus 27 plus 26.6 into 10 to the power of minus 27. If you simplify the values on simplification, you will get the final value this is the reduced mass. So reduced mass you find it, and you know the value of force constant, and remaining values are known. Just apply the known values in the formula. You will have 1 by 2 into 3.14 into the value of velocity of light. It will be comes out to be 3 into 10 power 8, because you are having the units in terms of kilograms. So meter second inverse into root of K value is comes out to be 1840 Newton meter inverse. Okay, divided by reduced mass is comes out in the unit, that is kg, but here we are having Newton meter inverse. Okay, so those two are irrelevant, so that's why we have to convert the unit. 1 Newton meter inverse is equal to, in the earlier problem only I explained, 1 Newton meter inverse is equal to kg second power minus 2. So just apply the value or apply the unit. So 1840 kg second power minus 2 divided by, it will be 1.138 into 10 to the power of minus 26 kg. So now kg get cancelled. Okay, so here you are having only one unit, that is second power minus 2. When second power minus 2, when it comes out, it will be second inverse. Okay, so second inverse, already here you are having second inverse get cancelled. So finally here you are having only meter. On simplification of all the values present in the expression, you will have the final value comes out to be 2.132 2 into 10 to the power of 5 meters, not meters, meter inverse, right? Now the entire value is present in terms of meter inverse, but in the problem they are asked in terms of centimeter inverse. Now just convert meter inverse into centimeter inverse. So it must be 2.132 into 10 to the power of 5 means it comes out to be 213200. 21320, right, into 1 meter inverse is equal to how much? It comes out to be 10 to the power of minus 2 centimeter inverse. So 10 to the power of minus 2 means 2 zeros get cancelled here. So final answer for the question is 2132 centimeter inverse. So this is the final answer for your question. So we have to observe clearly what is the data given in the question. Is there any change in the units? If at all changes, what are the proper changes? So that is the main thing actually in the solving of a problem. Okay. So if at all the correct units are changed, then the answer comes out to be correct value. Okay. Like this you can find for any problem, right? So the frequency that is calculated in terms of centimeter inverse has given, that is 2132 centimeter inverse, right? Next problem, a force constant of HF, that is hydrogen fluoride, is listed at 880 Newton meter inverse. So here force constant is given. At what wave number is the fundamental vibration V is equal to 0 to V is equal to 1 will be expected? Okay, so they are asking simply in the confusion manner. So okay, they are given force constant, K value is given, and they are asking wave number, and extra information here given is just for confusing yourself. A fundamental vibration which is expected V is equal to 0 to V is equal to 1 is nothing but a simple harmonic oscillator. This is the selection rule actually. Delta V is equal to plus or minus 1, right? That means for a simple harmonic oscillator, if at all HF is acting as a simple harmonic oscillator, what will be the wave number? Okay. For a diatomic molecule, when it is acting as a simple harmonic oscillator, the wave number can be calculated by using simply Hooke's law. Okay, that means nu bar is equal to 1 by 2 pi c into k by mu. Okay, right. So what are the known values here? Here k is given, right? K is equal to what? It is comes out to be 880 Newton meter inverse, and we have to find out the reduced mass. So reduced mass for which molecule? For the molecule HF. So for the molecule HF we have to find out the reduced mass. So mH into mF divided by mH plus mF. Okay, right. So m means mH means it will be 1 AMU. So 1 into fluorine. What is the atomic mass for fluorine? It is 19. divided by 1 plus 19. Okay, 19 by 20. It is in terms of AMU. Okay, fine. So now I am applying nu bar. So nu bar is equal to 1 by 2 into 3.14 into the value of velocity of light. It must be 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second, because I will convert this entire unit in terms of kilograms, into root of 880 nanometer inverse. So 880 Newton meter inverse. So Newton meter inverse converts to kg second power minus 2 divided by 19 by 20. 19 divided by 20 into, it will comes out to be 1.658 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kg. Now kg cancel. So second power minus 2, when it comes out, it must be second inverse. Already second inverse is present here. Second inverse get cancelled. Finally nu bar is equal to 3009, not 3000, it must be 39607.8 meter inverse. So this is present in terms of meter inverse. If you want to convert it into centimeter inverse, 1 meter inverse is equal to 10 to the power of minus 2 centimeter inverse. That means 2 points will comes out. So it must be 3960.7 centimeter inverse. So this is the wave number expected when the transition takes place from V0 to V1 for HF molecule. Okay, so this is for hydrogen fluoride, which is acting as a simple harmonic oscillator, right? So this is the way of calculating the wave number for the compound, that is hydrogen fluoride. And the next question here, it is also interesting question. A CH stretching vibration in chloroform occurs at 3000 centimeter inverse. So they are given the stretching vibration for CH. Okay, for CH they had given the stretching vibration, that is 3000 centimeter inverse. Calculate the CD stretching frequency in terms of centimeter inverse for deuterochloroform. Okay, so chloroform, for chloroform CHCl3, the CH stretching frequency is given. So simply I am writing here. So CHCl3 chloroform, and deuterochloroform means it is CD. So this is D, CDCl3. For the case of CHCl3, we will found CH stretching, and for the case of CDCl3, we found CD stretching. In the place of hydrogen, we are replacing deuterium, so deutero compound it is, so deuterochloroform, and they are asking that CH stretching is given, that is CH stretching for the case of chloroform is 3000 centimeter inverse, and they are asking CD stretching frequency, how to calculate. So for that I am taking a black screen, right. So first of all I am taking the Hooke's law. According to Hooke's law, the wave number is given as 1 by 2 pi c into under root of k by mu, right. The comparison is present in between the two compounds, that is CHCl3 and CDCl3, right. In these two compounds, for one compound they had given the stretching frequency, CH stretching frequency they had given, that is 3000 centimeter inverse, and they are asking about the stretching frequency of CD vibration. Okay, that means they might not concentrating on the force constant, because the force constant between carbon and hydrogen is single bond, and between carbon and deuterium is also single bond. That means force constant is almost same for the two compounds, and 2 is constant, pi is also constant, c is a velocity of light, it is also constant. When we comparing the two compounds stretching frequency, then the relation between wave number and reduced mass only play a major role, because all the components, all the parameters are comes out to be same for the two compounds, but the only variation is present for the case of reduced mass only, because the mass of atom varies here, right. So that's why reduced mass is vary here. So the relation between wave number and reduced mass is comes out to be, if suppose this is nu bar 1 or a nu, it is depicted as nu bar, of course simply nu bar h for CH stretching, right. For the clarification I am denoting in terms of hydrogen for nu bar h. Nu bar h is inversely proportional to mu. Okay, here h indicates that CH, that is a CH stretching, or a of course here I am writing CHCl3 simply, I will give you CHCl3. So this is crystal clear. Here also this is CHCl3. So nu bar CHCl3 is inversely proportional to root of 1 by mu CHCl3. Like that, for the case of CDCl3, same, CDCl3 is inversely proportional to one by mu CDCl3. So simply if you assume like this, mu bar 1 is inversely proportional to 1 by mu 1, mu bar 2 is inversely proportional to 1 by mu 2, then it must comes out to be mu bar CDCl3 divided by mu bar CHCl3. So simply here I am denoting D for the simplification, here I am denoting H, D for CDCl3, H for CHCl3 is comes out to be under root of mu H divided by mu D. So this is the final expression. Okay. So the wave number of CDCl3 divided by wave number of CHCl3 is equal to root of reduced mass of CHCl3 divided by reduced mass of CdCl3. Now we have to find out the reduced masses individually. If you find out the reduced mass for CHCl3, it will be, I will just erase some of the points, then we will have some space. Right, for CHCl3 and for CHCl3 mu is equal to, for carbon and hydrogen, so it comes out to be 12 into 1 divided by 12 plus 1. So simply 12 by 13 AMU. Here I am not converting AMU in terms of kilograms because both the units are getting cancel each other. And reduced mass for CdCl3. So carbon 12, deuterium, mass of deuterium is 2 divided by 12 plus 2. So 12 into 2 means 24 divided by 12 plus 4, 14 AMU. Just apply here. It will be 12 by 13 means it must be 0.92. So 0.92 divided by, it is 24 by 14. On simplification it will be 1.71. AMU by AMU get cancel each other, no units here. So 0.92 divided by 1.71, it is under root. If the value is on calculation, on simplification, it must comes out to be 0.73, right. So wave number of CdCl3 divided by wave number of CHCl3 is equal to 0.73. But in the question they are asked that they asked to find wave number of CdCl3. That means this we have to know. So nu bar of D, that is wave number of CdCl3, is equal to 0.73 into wave number of, so nu bar D by nu bar H is equal to 0.73, right. So nu bar D is equal to 0.73 into nu bar H, and we know the value of nu bar H, that is wave number of CHCl3. It is given in the problem, that is 3000 centimeter inverse, right. When you simplify this value, you will get 2190 centimeter inverse, okay, right. So here they given the wave number for one compound and they are asking to calculate the wave number for another compound of same property. So here I am using this formula to calculate the wave number of CdCl3, deuterochloroform. It must be 2190 centimeter inverse. So Hooke's law is very important for the calculation purpose. Try to work out more problems on the Hooke's law. Thank you.